2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Tonight, it'll be the Sacramento Kings up against the Indiana Pacers. Checking out the Pacers, this is their first time facing off this season. Last year, they split the season series at a game apiece. And you love the build-up to a new season. Lots of anticipation. Shaq, what are you looking for?
There were some VIMs this offseason.
Very interesting moves on me.
Oh, you like that? Okay,
Yeah.
I understand. And you got to understand, that kind of shift, that right there can shift the balance of power.
Wow. Last year, the Eastern and Western Conference was balanced out. Well, we'll see if the trend reverses this year.
And that'll take it right up to tip as we go courtside.
Looking down upon the Tower Bridge spanning the Sacramento River here in the capital of California. Welcome, everyone, to a brand new season of NBA basketball. I'm sure you're as excited as all of us are here at 2K Sports as we get ready to start the season in style. With Greg Anthony and Hall of Famer Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan. And joining us on the sidelines, another Hall of Famer, David Aldridge. And now a look at the upcoming schedule for Sacramento. On Friday, they'll be taking on Victor Oladipo and the Indiana Pacers. And then on Saturday, they'll be taking on Victor Oladipo and the Indiana Pacers. And let's go straight over to David Aldridge for a report before the tip-off. Hey, Dave.
De'Aaron Fox talked about his mentality on the court. You put the ball in his hands, he says, I'm going to take over the game. It doesn't have to be scoring, just always attacking. Always. You got to be a dog. Don't back down from anyone. Kevin, I know you're a dog. Back to you.
You sure do, and with his quickness, a scary combination. Thank you, D.A. Doris, there is nothing like opening night in the NBA. Every fan base just teeming with optimism for the upcoming season.
I think all of us are just so thrilled to have NBA basketball back. There's no losses in the losing column. Everybody's happy. Let's tip it off and go.
And guys have that little step, and these first weeks of the season are always exciting.
Oh, no doubt. Everybody's bursting with enthusiasm. Players are fresh.
Let's check out Indiana's starting lineup. Lamb and Warren at the 3 and the 4. Ogden and Oladipo, the backcourt duo. And it's Turner in at the center position. And for Sacramento, Hield and Ariza, they're the 2 and the 3. Barnes at power forward with Bagley in the middle. And it's Fox in at the 1. Back to Turner. The pass to Oladipo. Shot clock at 6. This one for 3. Barnes grabs the miss. And it's Barnes with the ball for Sacramento. Hield the pass to Barnes. Sacramento moving it around. Bagley finds Hield. Over Lamb. No good on the shot, a bit long that time. And here's Indiana.
And really, for a long time, the specter hanging over Buddy Hield was he's the player who was traded for DeMarcus Cousins. Hard billing to live up to, but he has made some giant leaps with his development.
Outside, Bagley. Passes to Hield. Ariza against Lamb. Three-pointer. Ariza with the bucket. And Hield has slowly but surely turned himself into one of the elite shooters in the NBA.
And guys, to be as locked in as he is from deep with his height and release is deadly. He's the kind of player who gets better as his teammates get better around him, and he is just now finding his stride.
Outside, Fox. And it's sent back by Turner.
I'll tell you, you love the attitude of Miles Turner. No one is getting off these shots when he's nearby. No one.
The Pacers have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Brogdon kicks to Turner. Brogdon outside. Fox with the steal. And now the fast break. Fox with the ball. Score the basket. Nice shot after missing his first attempt.
And you have to have respect for his speed in transition. Fox is a high-octane player who explodes in the open floor.
Pass to Warren. Great D that time from Bagley.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
Riza, the layup off target. It's stolen by Bagley. Goes up and lays it nice and easy. Bagley's got his second basket.
And he's just an attacking player. A guy who doesn't mind a little contact. Bagley there with a strong finish.
And that concludes the first quarter of play. Kings lead by 5. Live from Golden One Center, you're watching 2K Sports. And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we played through one quarter of action so far. And when you consider how the Kings are doing, guys, what are your thoughts?
Well, you come in thinking they're going to settle for perimeter jump shots. Think again.
They've certainly made the commitment to pounding the basketball into the painted area, and boy, is it paying dividends.
We've got Bogdan Bogdanovic. Rashawn Holmes out there with Bielitz. Then it's Corey Joseph. And it's Dedmon in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. That's the 5 to begin the second quarter for the Kings.
I mean, even from over here, you can see that one pretty clearly.
The Kings shooting their first free throws of the game. That free throw good from Holmes. Doris, do you think it's more challenging for superstars in smaller markets, mid-sized markets?
You know, this is such an interesting debate in a world that has become, because of social media, so much smaller. You know, I do think that certain larger markets, LA, New York, can be a blessing and a curse. It does still feel like that media scrutiny is a little bit larger. When things are going well, it's the best thing in the world. When things aren't going so well, boy, those day-by-day question after question can probably become pretty tedious.
Sabonis, the pass to Holiday. From 18 feet away, 1 up, 1 down, 2 points with his first shot this game.
Pick works well there. Not much resistance from the D.
It takes incredible effort to stay connected to the hip of the offensive player. You've got to want to work.
Holiday against Joseph. Outside Bogdanovic. From outside the arc. Rebounded by McDermott. Pacers trail by 4. There's 1:54 left here in the second. Outside Holiday. Unloads. Rebound by Bielitsa.
And if that's the best look you can get on a possession, what a waste of a trip down the floor.
Well, missed opportunities, and they can certainly add up. You cannot afford to take that kind of shot.
Here's Brogdon, and he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. Well, guys, Brogdon not a player that turns heads, but man, is he an efficient threat on the floor.
And he's been a great three-point shooter really since his rookie year. His field goal percentage continues to climb and has evolved into one of the best free throw shooters in the game.
Shooting 2.
That free throw good from Brogdon.
And a player who flew under the radar last year, Malcolm Brogdon. Pacers wanted to add him over the summer. got a hefty deal from Indiana to leave the Bucks. Exactly the kind of player that the Pacers need.
And the Kings making a change here. Giles is checked in. Brogdon hits them both.
Probably as close to a sure thing as you can have at the free throw line.
Joseph looking around. Pass to Bogdanovich. He's now 1 for 2 with that bucket.
Good job attacking. Those restricted area shots are what every NBA team is looking for.
And on our sideline, our reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, after years and years of rebuilding, the Kings are finally a team on the rise, and they're earning respect. Draymond Green said they've got a lot of young talent, never quit. Probably the fastest team in the history of the NBA. Green said after he plays them, I leave the game exhausted. I go home, I'm dead. And Kevin, we know that Green is pretty accustomed to going all out.
David, he sure is. He's got a lot of engine in him. Thank you so much. And so he hits the technical free throw. And the Kings will go for a different look here. Barnes, he's checked in for Richaun Holmes. Riza comes in for Bjelica. Buddy Hield, he's checked in for Bogdanovich. And it's Fox in for Joseph. Then for the Pacers, Turner's checked in for Sabonis. T.J. Warren comes in for McDermott. And it's Victor Oladipo in for Aaron Holiday.
You can get a real sense that Victor Oladipo loves sharing the wealth. What a nice look.
And for those of you just joining us, we're almost 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Here's Barnes. That shot, no good. And Indiana will go the other way with it. Here's Brogdon. And all around the rim that time before dropping in. Brogdon's got the lead up to 2 now for the Pacers. Fox kicks to Ariza. Three seconds separate the shot clock and game clock. On the wing, Hield. Over Oladipo. Misses the jumper.
Boy, a miss like that will drive any scorer crazy, especially with the defender giving a cushion.
And so it's Malcolm Brogdon making highlight.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here with Shaq and Kenny, and a favorite time of the year. For the Pacers, the first quarter was pretty even. Their field goal percentage was a robust 50% in the period. That's something they can hang their hat on. They were a little more aggressive in the second quarter, and it paid off. They went from trailing to now holding a 2-point halftime lead. And Kenny, what'd you think about what we saw from Indiana?
Well, they showed a lot of discipline on offense. Called some high.
That about wraps it up. Time now for the second half of the game. We go to...
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. Malcolm Brogdon really making a difference here.
Man, he's been running wild on him through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
Boy, he has been shouldering the load. Aggressive, skilled, talented, and thus far unstoppable.
While we've got a moment, let's set the floor. Brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up for the second half. On the court right now for the Pacers. Warren and Turner at the 4 and 5. Ogden and Oladipo, the backcourt duo. And it's Lamb at the small forward.
And at 6'11", Bagley is a huge target. When he runs the floor, it just makes everything easier. Well, some ups and downs for Marvin Bagley in that rookie campaign with the Kings, but you could see the flashes of potential and the tremendous work ethic when he was out on that floor.
Tries from 10, and it hung on the rim, but wouldn't fall for him. And here in the second half of play, we're just over a minute in. Outside, Fox. Ring shot on the way. No good.
I'm sure if he had the chance to do that possession over again, he would not have taken the shot.
Lamb dishes to Turner. Warren kicks to Brogdon. Back to Warren. And it's going to be a goaltending call here, so they'll count the bucket.
So close to getting the block there. You can live with those calls because you'd rather have a guy playing aggressive instead of playing it safe.
Bogdan Bogdanovic, he's checked in for the Kings. Indiana also making some changes. Sabonis, he's checked in for Miles Turner. TJ Leaf comes in for Warren. And Aaron Holiday's subbed in for Malcolm Brogdon. He gets a chance now to catch up with the fourth member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, one of the things that teams are more aware of in the age of analytics is the importance of sleep. And those teams are making adjustments. Morning shoot-arounds have been moved in some cases to the afternoon or eliminated altogether. There are many fewer teams that are taking red-eye flights across country. Some teams even give players orange-tinted glasses to encourage them to sleep. There's a lot of work to be done in this field, but the direction is clear.
Continuing to evolve. All right, David, thank you.
I tell you what, Fox shooting now in rhythm. Got to respect also his decision-making, really getting a good feel for how the D is playing.
Oladipo outside. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot two. For Indiana, they have made 3 free throws so far. Haven't missed any.
And as a group, they shot 75% from the line last season.
And he makes the first.
Boy, guys, you're starting to see Victor Oladipo put it all together, aren't you? From role player early on to legit star now. Wow.
Here's what Sacramento's going with right now. Dwayne Dedmon's checked in for Bagley. Rashawn Holmes comes in for Harrison Barnes. And it's Bjelica in for Trevor Ariza. Oladipo hits them both. A touch over 2.5 minutes of basketball played here in the third quarter. Bogdanovic finds Fox. Back to Bogdanovic. Takes a three. Sabonis grabs the board. And here's Oladipo. He'll bring it up for Indiana. They trail by 1. With 1 on the clock. Misses there. It's still anybody's game as we've reached the end of 3. It's Sacramento. They're up by 1. And how about a look now at our assist of the game? Brought to you by State Farm.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
And when you're the beneficiary of a pass that good, you better deliver. And he did just that.
And with these teams locked in a very close contest, this fourth quarter promises to be a good one. Fox is out there with Corey Joseph. Then it's Dwayne Dedmon. Then there's Rashawn Holmes. And it's Bogdanovic in at the 3. So that's the 5 in the game for Sacramento. And good that time. 6 points for Victor Oladipo.
There's a certain resiliency to this team, and you're starting to see it.
No doubt, Greg. Keeping it very close. They're going to have to step up even more to get over the hump here.
Here's Fox, and it's good. 2 points. And the Kings lead by 1.
And we've seen several lead changes tonight. Neither team giving an inch.
And right now you love the chess match, right? The ability of each side to adjust to what the other is doing.
And for Sacramento, they're shooting in this game 45%. 60 seconds off the clock here in the fourth. And that one drops. And now it's a 3-point Kings lead.
And you just have to have an appreciation how under control Fox plays. I like watching him work the ball through the D in that pick and roll.
Timeout called the Pacers. Some changes for Sacramento. Bagley, he's checked in for Dwayne Dedmon. Harrison Barnes comes in for Rashawn Holmes. And it's Buddy Hield in for Joseph. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Hey guys, well, Nate McMillan had some advice for the team during that last break. He said if we're going to pull this out, we have to do it as a team. We have to rely on one another, trust one another, and help one another. Let's go get this. Devin, back to you.
Sacramento making a switch here. Ariza's checked in. Pacers trail by 3. 1:41 left in the fourth quarter. Here's Oladipo. Bagley with the block.
And a skilled shot blocker to boot. Love how Bagley uses that height and reach to stifle shooters.
And the dunk by Barnes.
And you can just see the confidence of Barnes growing, scoring right when they need him.
Here's Oladipo. To the inside. And Turner throws it down.
Wow, Miles Turner understanding it's my time because it's big time.
Kings leading now by 3. We're about 2 minutes into the fourth quarter in this one. Here's Barnes, and it's Barnes slamming it down.
Making the most of the screen. That's how it's done.
And it's in the perfect spot. Greg frees him up to get all the way to the bucket.
Where was the defense? No fighting through the pick, no rotation. My goodness.
Oladipo. Here's Turner. That shot off. Great D that time from Bagley. Here's Barnes. And he finishes nicely on the layup. Barnes has got the lead up to 7 now for the Kings.
Relentless in their approach, even with the game firmly in hand.
This is a textbook example of playing the possession and not the score. This team is doing a great job continuing to execute.
Shooting for Indiana, Jeremy Lamb. At the line for 2.
Two shots. Relax on the first.
Good on the first, and that trims the lead to 6. And Land drops them both. And that's an intentional foul. 32 seconds left to play in the final quarter. And it's Barnes with the ball for the Kings. It's a 5-point game, and so they foul intentionally. He hits the first one, and that increases their lead to 6.
And I really love Fox's game. He's got a ton of room to grow, but boy, does he play with intensity.
Oladipo with the ball. 7-second difference, shot and game clock. Over in the corner, Lamb shoots over Fox. No good from Lamb. And so they choose to intentionally foul.
You have to foul, but I'm sure they would have liked to foul someone different.
That's his first personal foul. Shooting for Sacramento, Buddy Hield.
Take a break.
2 shots.
Take a break. 2 shots.
Gets the first, and that makes it a 7-point lead.
We all know Hield can shoot it, but for him to get better, he's got to keep adding different dimensions to his game.
So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's an 8-point game. And the Pacers call time here. They're trailing by 8. There's 10 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Now the presentation of our Jordan Player of the Game, Marvin Bagley.
And in terms of his shooting, this has been one of the more accurate performances you'll ever see. I mean, he's been in constant motion, creating a lot of good looks for himself. But still, even when you're wide open, you expect to miss some of the time. That has not been the case here tonight. This guy has made everything.
He's played up to his full potential tonight, and he's been playing to the crowd, too. He loves being the star attraction, even if it doesn't happen on a regular basis. So the Kings win it. A confident win, and one where they clearly showed the greater effort.
Yeah, I mean, it was a solid performance, particularly here at home. And I think they